Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about I'm not a success story if I don't get my ex back. Well, unfortunately, many of you guys are still stuck in a place or in a feeling of I'm not a success story if I don't get my ex back. And I know so many of you are just desperate to have another chance with your ex, and I truly understand. It's a very difficult position to be in because we're dealing with another person. We're dealing with another person who has their own thoughts, their own feelings, and the ability to make their own decisions for their own life and what they decide makes them happy. And so many of you who feel like this for a long time probably grew up in a home where you didn't get a lot of love and affection and you had trauma. And so the trauma that you got hurts on such a deep level and impacts our unconscious on such a deep level that it plays out in our romantic relationships when we become adults. And so you'll find that most people that had a really good childhood, a lot of love, affection, attentive parents, they helped promote their child's mental health, they were encouraging and a lot of love, affection, all those great things, they don't struggle as badly as people that had trauma did, okay? Now, that's not to say that those people don't struggle with a breakup because they do, but to the same level, I think it's different because the trauma from the childhood is being reenacted and activated in the adult breakup. So, we get stuck, and we feel like we're never going to be happy without our ex. And, fortunately, for most of you, almost all of you, you will find happiness again in the future. It may take you longer than you want, or than you realize, or longer than you're hoping, but most of you will find happiness again. Some people will stay stuck for years and years afterwards. And, I'm sorry that it happens to you people. I really wish you could get through it and find happiness within yourselves, that you're not so dependent on another person. Because there are many people that don't get another chance with their ex for whatever reason, or they get another chance and it doesn't work out, and they are happy. And it's hard to see, but it's encouraging, and it's good for you guys to see this as well. Because if you don't see this, you can get fixated on something that might not happen or may not even be good for you. So I've got 2 success stories today from people that didn't wind up getting back with their ex, but they're happy. And that's a success story in my book. And for those of you that are reluctant to listen to that, you should be open-minded and appreciate that they're happy again, okay? So let me get into these 2. The first one just said, Hi Craig, I just completed the workbooks, 3 exclamation points. Craig, I can't thank you enough for everything I've gotten out of your channel. I'm not exaggerating when I say you saved my life. I can't even tell you guys how much it means to us to hear stuff like this. And, obviously we get a lot more emails than we're able to share because we have other topics and things that we want to cover. But hearing stuff like we've saved your life, or you feel like that, is just incredibly kind of you to say, and I can't thank you enough. So thank you guys. We really do appreciate that. I'm not exaggerating when I say you saved my life. I've never done anything like the Creative Healing course or the workbooks before, and I feel like I have a whole new level of awareness now. I'm starting to reach a point where I feel like I'm truly moved on from my ex, for lack of a better term. She still reaches out every couple of months, but as long as she's still with her ex, I'm not considering her an option. I can't even really get up any excitement when I try to imagine what getting back together might look like. I think I've really outgrown her. And for some of you, that's a great thing. For some of you that were in unhealthy or toxic relationships or with somebody who wasn't bringing out the best in you, or it wasn't a happy connection or strong, powerful, loving connection, that's good to outgrow these people. There are still tough moments at times, but nothing compared to how I felt a few months ago. I'm going to go through both courses again. Okay, he means the course, the Creative Healing course, and the workbooks again. That's a lot, guys. I can't even tell you. The workbooks 1 through 10 are close to 600 pages, and the Creative Healing course I think is even bigger because it's got art therapy activities and homework assignments and exclusive videos. There's tons and tons of stuff. My personal favorite stuff are the cartoons, to be honest with you. We had a blast doing those. He says, focusing on the questions I struggled with the first time, and that's a great idea because many of you guys get stuck on certain questions, and it's good to go back because those things will come up in your relationships again. Then periodically come back to do some maintenance. I'll never stop watching the videos. Thank you again for everything. I'll probably schedule another call in the next coming months and update you on how everything is going. And who knows, maybe I'll even have a success story for you. Sending all my love to you and Victoria, and of course, to Margaret, who taught me so much about the exact areas of mental health I needed to learn about at the most crucial time in my life. I'll never truly be able to repay y'all. Y'all, he must be Southern. I hope you have the best holiday season, and I'll talk with you soon. This is one that I put to the side around the holidays and just didn't get a chance to film it. But I really wanted to talk about, feeling like you're not going to be a success story if you don't get your ex back. And so I kind of stuck this one to the side. And of course, we're all sending love to Margaret, wherever she is, probably watching over us all, hopefully, sending us some good karma. We all miss her. I can tell you that. I got one more success story that I wanted to share with you guys. They said, "Hi, Craig. I have a success story for you, although possibly not the kind you are accustomed to reading. I'm the client with the boyfriend of 4 years that left me while I was in the bathroom, and we never spoke since until today. It had been 1.5 years since our breakup. The man left while she was in the bathroom, and they never talked again." Can you imagine how horrible that would be? I mean, just devastating. Let me read on. She said, "In our coaching, you pointed out just how avoidant he is, which would allow him to just bail while I was in the bathroom. What struck me about your coaching was just that, accepting how avoidant he actually is. While I understood it fully intellectually, I got to the point of needing to see it. I needed to get it out of my head around the breakup and ground myself in reality. My intuition told me that he would not be the one to reach out, if ever. So I was going to have to do what I needed. I was going to have to ask him to talk." Let me read on before you jump to conclusions here. "Keep in mind, this is not the strategy you preach around how to get your ex back. In my case, it was and is not about getting him back. Rather, this is about claiming my future, my power, and doing what I needed to do in order to move forward." Okay, before I go on, I just want to reiterate that this was 1.5 years after the breakup, and she no longer wanted him back. She wanted to reach out to see how it would go if he would have a conversation. Because obviously, him leaving and never contacting her again while she was in the bathroom, I mean, it's a high risk that she could have reached out and he wouldn't have replied or, had any communication after that. Maybe he would have been embarrassed or scared or whatever. But she reached out. So she says, "I reached out. He agreed, and we met today. He is clearly happy in a new relationship. Good for him. But that didn't stop me from making sure that he knew that what he did was unacceptable. The message I wanted him to get was that what he did was hurtful, and the idea of him leaving me like that without a conversation was not okay with me. He accepted responsibility for what he did. And the whole thing of it was all me, not you. The reason he left? He said he just couldn't handle it. And then she said, reminder, I am a single mom with 2 kids, and we had done nothing wrong. Really, we did nothing wrong. Knowing what I know about attachment styles, I can hear this as a statement of being avoidant. I believe he is telling the truth. He can't handle the intimacy that we had. And while it seems like he is now happy, who knows how long this will last. He is certainly welcome to have a relationship with anyone he chooses. And for me, I am clear that I want a healthy relationship with a partner that can handle what life throws at us. Someone that is not going to just bail when he gets uncomfortable or if he feels smothered and engulfed. And so that is my success story. I have officially graduated to the place of knowing what I want and what I really, really, really don't want. So thank you. Your voice and Margaret's have been in my ears throughout this journey. I was even able to have a session with Margaret that I will never forget. Keep on going. You're doing great work. So you can see that both of these people are finding success and happiness regardless of what happened with their ex. And that's what we want for you guys. We obviously would like you guys to get a chance with your ex because we know how much it means to you. But if that doesn't happen, and for whatever reason, if that's not in the cards, we still want you to be happy and find happiness in your life. And so don't think that you're a failure if you don't get your ex back. That's not a failure. A failure would be being unhappy, even if you get your ex back, right? I mean, I don't want you to get your ex back and you're miserable. Like, that's not a success story either, is it? So a success story can come in a lot of different forms for a lot of different people. And ultimately, hearing how you guys are changing your lives and finding happiness, that's what we want to see, regardless of what happens with your ex. So for those of you that are still obsessed with wanting your ex back, consider reframing how you see a success story. And that maybe, just maybe, a success story for you will be not getting back with your ex, but finding happiness. And if you can get to a place where you're at least okay with that, it will help you be more well-rounded in trying to get your ex back. Okay? So hopefully you found this video helpful. And of course, if you want to get my help personally, you can do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Skype. You can check out the workbooks or the creative healing course on my website. You'll love them. They'll absolutely change your life if you stick to them. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.